Distinguished guests, on behalf of Barnard, thank you so much for tuning in to join us tonight. We are honored to welcome a very special guest to your screens. She's an entrepreneur, a lifestyle expert, and a proud Barnard alumna and parent. Please put your digital hands together for Martha Stewart.
Thank you so much, Barnard, for inviting me to participate in this year's Annual Gala. I know that we're all celebrating virtually this year, and hopefully next year we'll all be together somewhere festive. But I thought I would show you all how to make my favorite cocktail of the moment to celebrate Barnard. It's called the Barnard Breeze, and it is utterly delicious. I've been serving it at my home to random guests, and they all love it. It's very good at brunch. It's very good at cocktail time. It's very good pretty much any time of the day, but I suggest after 12 noon is best. And by the way, everybody can really enjoy this with the spirit, and it's the spirit in this cocktail is vodka. And you can use a jigger or two of vodka, but only if you are 21 years old or older. Remember that, everybody, students especially. So it's a very simple drink, but it is utterly delicious. First, you must find the best pink grapefruits. Now, I did a little survey, and when you buy a grapefruit like this, large, beautiful, heavy for its size, generally these are $2.49 or more at the grocery store. And this weighs, and weigh them, this weighs, let's see, set this on ounces, there. This weighs 1.5 pounds, $2.49 or more. Now this grapefruit, let me see, this one is very dense, very heavy for its smallish size. This grapefruit weighs 13 ounces. 3 of these small 99-cent grapefruits, 99 cents. Remember, you have to figure this out. 99 cents. Let's see if I can balance this. This is 2 pounds, 12 ounces. So if you're buying 3 of those for 99 cents each, you're getting 2 pounds, 11 ounces, which is a better deal. You tell me, Barnard students, Barnard graduates, parents of Barnard students, you tell me which is the better deal. Figure it out. And by the way, the smaller grapefruits, which are cheaper by the pound, are easier to squeeze too. The big ones are pretty hard to squeeze. And we want fresh squeezed grapefruit juice. Here's pink grapefruit juice, freshly squeezed. We have some wedges of pink grapefruit, and those are for garnish. Fill your beautiful glass, and this is a Barnard Breeze glass. It's really a Martha Rita glass, and I'm very proud of this because this is Baccarat. And it's the first time Baccarat has actually, and this is not an ad for Baccarat, by the way, but I'm just so happy about this. It just is an entrepreneurial venture. This has a little M and my name on it, Martha Stewart, right there. It's the first time Baccarat has ever put anybody else's name on a Baccarat glass. So, very, very elegant. So put ice in your glass. I like a lot of ice in my drinks. And this is such a beautiful glass. Cut crystal, made in France. You'll be able to buy them in sets of 2. Great wedding presents, by the way. And really good for pink margaritas made with pomegranate juice or grapefruit juice margaritas. Those are good too. Good with salt. So there, enough of that. Fill that with beautiful, freshly squeezed. Never, ever, ever use store-bought fruit juices, please. That's not a cocktail. That is something else. But fresh squeezed grapefruit juice. So this was one juicy grapefruit, and it made enough for 2 drinks, which is very nice. Now, vodka of choice. Are you a Belvedere or are you a Zubrovka? This is one that has lemon bison grass in it. You can see the little piece of grass. I like both very, very much, and I like both of them because they are Polish vodkas. And but this is my newest discovery, is the Zubrowka. So I'm going to just pour one healthy jigger. Give that a stir. And it should be served icy cold. And a beautiful wedge or two of pink grapefruit. And of course, don't forget a sprig of fresh mint. And this is right out of the garden. And there you have it, the Barnard Breeze. I know you're going to love this drink. Nurse it if you only drink one drink, or gobble it down and have two. The Barnard Breeze, in honor of Barnard College and the Barnard Gala. Good luck.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Barnard's first ever virtual annual gala.
Even though we really miss seeing all your shining faces in person, Carolyn and I are humbled that you're here to commemorate this special and important event with us in a uniquely exciting way.
Tonight's most celebrated guest is, simply put, everyone who makes Barnard Barnard. We're proud to honor students, alumni, professors, administrators, parents, friends, and supporters. All of you who have enabled us to not just survive, but truly thrive throughout these decidedly not so simple times.
As campus blooms, we begin to look forward after this unusual and tumultuous year. The one constant that has inspired our community to persevere through these historic challenges is a palpable sense of hope, creativity, and action that transcends Barnard's gates. Through a global health crisis, the ensuing social and economic hardships, and all of the added stressors that seemingly piled on, you have helped. You provided robust and intellectually remote learning opportunities that reflect the quality of our traditional Barnard education. Fuel a series of innovative, engaging virtual programs inspired by a culture of care. Facilitate a reimagined return to campus life and learning in the spring semester, with protocols that enable science labs, studios, and classes to operate safely and effectively in person. Support current and future students who would have otherwise been unable to continue their studies, and so much more. The Barnard community is so special. We know it has shaped every single one of us who have tuned in tonight. And so we are proud to be able to have this opportunity to honor how we have collectively risen to the challenges and opportunities of our time with care, resilience, and an innovative vision for the future.
We have so much in store for you throughout tonight's virtual programming and are excited to kick off with a creative project by Barnard's Movement Lab. The Movement Lab, located in the Milstein Center for Teaching and Learning, is a space for experimentation and exploration at the intersection of dance, performance, and technology. This incredible piece was created especially for all of you here with us tonight at our gala. Enjoy.
Buried beneath dirt and dust, mysteries and memories fade into hollow existence. I hold hands with silence still. Earth softens her breath over my weary eyes. I wake, no longer afraid, stepping towards the radiant absence of dusk. I feel myself opening where spring beads faintly whisper, "Are you a stranger coming out? A wanderer coming in?" The tipping earth lingers between us. In this blurry photograph of fact and feeling, I cannot see where I end or where I begin. Only here we wonder, and here we bloom, wild until the endings become our questions as we unfold our lives to answer the mystery of a beginning.
What a special start to the night. As the evening progresses, you'll have the chance to hear from students, alumni, and faculty who have used this year of immeasurable difficulty as a spark to ignite a flame of innovation. You will learn how researchers have gleaned insight from today's monumental challenges and about the ways in which our community continues to come together to build a better tomorrow for us all.
Before turning your screens over to President Bylock, we want to thank you again for your time tonight. Your support is what makes attending Barnard possible for nearly half of our students, the exceptional young leaders who rely on financial aid for access to the robust, empowering educational environment that can only be experienced here, whether on campus or wherever their education takes them. So without further ado, I am pleased to welcome the 8th president of Barnard College, Sian Leah Bylock.
Nina, Caroline, thank you for your warm welcome and for all you did to make this event a reality. I love that we can highlight the Movement Lab's important work with our gala attendees tonight. We are so lucky to have this lab at the intersection of arts and science, where our faculty, students, staffs, and alums can come together to collaborate. This is really what Barnard is all about. I am ever astounded by the accomplishments of this community, and this year especially. I cannot help but feel overwhelmed with gratitude as I reflect on our strength, resilience, and continued commitment to fostering a culture of care at Barnard. When the reality of the COVID-19 pandemic became apparent, our faculty shifted to remote instruction without hesitation, aided in no small part by our amazing technology staff. Together, they continue to develop creative learning opportunities that engage students from everywhere. Virtual programming expanded our reach across geographic boundaries with interactive online events and professional development opportunities that connected students, faculty, staff, and alumni. The next generation of global changemakers, our brilliant students, always amaze me with their ability to respond to the complex challenges of our world. They've found ways to show up for each other and for the communities around them as activists, innovators, and advocates. And of course, time never paused for our campus workers who safely maintained our grounds and facilities throughout the darkest days of the pandemic. Without their efforts, a smooth return to campus would not have been possible. 2020 allowed us to collectively reimagine what's possible in a remote environment and to use our newfound knowledge to create opportunities for access that only an interconnected world can provide. Barnard students are at the forefront of many converging global issues. The fresh, diverse perspectives they bring to important conversations are contributing to groundbreaking research and technological innovation. They are exploring actionable solutions to real-world problems, and our support is paramount to their progress. We have a commitment to bring the best and the brightest young women to Barnard and to give them the tools they need to become even more exceptional. In a year defined by socioeconomic challenge, those student needs have never been greater, but our commitment to providing them has never been more important. Barnard is a need-blind institution, and we strongly believe that academic excellence cannot be achieved without encouraging the challenging conversations that take place at the conjunction of multiple viewpoints. It's our responsibility to bring together young leaders from differing backgrounds and experiences and enable future generations to expand their mindsets and think more critically about the world within and beyond academia. Simply put, we cannot uphold our need-blind admissions policy nor our dedication to social mobility of our students without financial resources to do so. The funds we raise through this event helps meet the full financial needs of Barnard's extraordinary young trailblazers, regardless of their circumstances. We remain so grateful for your unwavering support, which enables us to cultivate all of these incredible innovations born out of adversity and help us redefine the educational experience for future generations. Your contributions and your dedication are what allow us to empower our students with the resources they need to break barriers, bring people together, and make a better world. So thank you again for being here and for sharing what you can, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
I've been so inspired by the creativity and innovation that our Barnard community has shown, both in the classroom and outside the Barnard gates since early last year. Our faculty have done so much to make sure our students are connected to each other, their classes, and of course to the larger Barnard community.
Last semester and this semester especially, I felt really connected to my professors. They've been really accommodating and offering different times to meet, different formats of meeting one-on-one, in groups, all sorts of things. This semester I've actually had a professor who's offering to meet with each of us individually if we're in the New York area and go take us each on a walk for office hours, which is just something that I'm really looking forward to. And professors have just really been there and they understand how hard this has been and they're ready to help.
One thing that is so amazing about Barnard students is that they step up to challenges, and our students have been asking questions about how they can affect change.
So with Professor Brenner, I've been working at coral skeletons from Panama, and what we do is we analyze bits of them for different chemical compositions. COVID has definitely changed the way that we've done things. I started in the lab, and then we just switched over to remote data analysis, so I could still kind of work on the ideas and things behind the research, but not necessarily be hands-on in the lab.
I've been so impressed by our Barnard community, who, whether we're together or physically apart, have connected with one another, supported one another, and helped bring us together.
Third Space has two main components. The first component is Spark. Spark is a virtual experience that is open to the public, and it is a mix of interviews for different change makers doing incredible work here and now. These change makers are interviewed by students, staff, faculty, and alumni of Barnard, and they have been uploaded online for anyone to see at any time.
What really hooked me into Third Space is that Barnard, over my 4 years, has taught me how to really break things apart, think really intensely about every piece of the whole, and Third Space teaches students how to build it back together.
So remote learning has been obviously a very educational experience, and I know we're all eager to be back in full force on campus, and we're so happy to have students back on campus now. But I do think there's some practices that we will keep.
Things that Barnard students do, again, in and outside of the classroom are just so incredible because they're fueled by those passions, really genuinely fueled by these passions to do what they love and to do what they love in a way that they consider is doing it well. And I think that also really speaks to Third Space. It's a lot about getting students to put some action behind something that they really love.
Barnard inspires me for so many reasons. Most of it is the people that I found here and my professors and my friends and everybody who's just working so hard towards what they're trying to do and so passionate, but also so willing to help others and share their intelligence and kind of spread everything that they know around. And it's just a really inspiring place to be.
There's never been a more important time to help support the next generation of young women who will go out and change the world. At Barnard, that's what we're doing.
Something told me it was over. Yeah. When I saw you and her talking, something deep down in my soul said cry, cry, cry. When I saw you and that girl walking down, ooh, I would rather go blind, boy, than to see you walk away from me, child. Ooh, so you see, I love you so much that I don't wanna watch you leave, baby. Most of all, I just don't want me free. Ooh, I was just sitting here thinking of your kiss and your warm embrace. When the reflection in the glass that I held to my lips now, yeah, yeah, revealed the tears that was on my face. Oh, and baby, I'd rather go blind, boy, than to see you walk away, see you walk away from me. Baby, ooh, I'd rather be blind.
What a beautiful performance. I am always so impressed by the creative talents of our Barnard students. I'm excited to now welcome President Bylock back to your screens for a special conversation with current Barnard students, Nora Hassan, class of 2021, and Cindy Espinoza, class of 2022.
Hi, Nora and Cindy.
Nice to see you, Sydney. Nice to see you, Nora. Nice to see you, President Bylock.
This past year has been so challenging in many ways, from the start of COVID to everything that we've been dealing with as a society in terms of understanding what it means to come together as a community. But I've been so impressed with Barnard and everything that we've done.
When we went virtual, we had to find new ways to stay in contact with each other, to feel still connected to the Barnard community. And I think especially through my role in SGA, I wanted to create unique opportunities and ways that seniors and then juniors could engage with each other.
I was actually still able to continue my summer research in computer science, which I was very surprised, but also very grateful that I was able to do that through Barnard.
One of the things that we did was really make sure that our students could be supported financially, and we knew that it wasn't business as normal. So we allowed students to carry financial aid off campus so that they could get housing off campus. And we also added several $1 million to financial aid this past year to support students.
I mean, even right now where I'm living was possible due to the off-campus housing grant. So I feel supported and that I'm able to continue living in as close to a Barnard academic experience as we can right now.
Whenever I see a virtual event that Barnard hosts, I'm always registering. I think some of my favorites have been definitely, I've gone to a lot of Beyond Barnard ones this semester, which isn't surprising as a senior. and just engaging with other seniors in the chat and just feeling like you can still have that support system online has been really nice.
Being online made it a lot easier, especially since there's a lot of new programming going on. They did like a whole series with different like majors, different like pathways essentially, and also just learning about the new program, like 4+1 programs, has been really exciting.
I love hearing that you're both going to be on Barnard. I was so pleased to see the data from the graduating class of last year of 20, where within 6 months, we have almost 90% of our students are in jobs or in graduate or professional school.
A lot of the Barnard alumni kind of stepped up for us, and they seemed really supportive and like trying to help us like in any way possible, the current students. And people are just offering, you know, places to stay.
I'm looking forward to finding new ways that I can give back to Barnard. It's crazy to think that I'm going to graduate, but I'm also very excited to see where Barnard goes and to see how I can continue to be engaged and part of the community.
That's something that's so special about Barnard. It's Barnard for life, right? So Nora, even though you're graduating, you're entering this family of 35,000 alumni who are there to help and support and fight for you. I mean, I think it goes back to this idea that what Barnard is about is academic excellence. That's it. That's the main thing. And the way you get there is by making sure that all young women who have the ability have this opportunity. And that's really a community effort.
The Barnard community is powerful and impactful and deeply influential, and I think it pushes all of us to be better and to learn new things about ourselves and to challenge ourselves in different ways.
Definitely. I would also echo resiliency and risk-taking. I think that's something that we definitely try to lean into when we're at Barnard.
Well, Cindy and Nora, it's great seeing both of you, and I wish you the best for the rest of the semester. And also, don't forget to take some time to take care of yourself.
Thank you, President Barlock. I hope we can run into each other again, and it was great talking with you online.
Thank you, President Barlock and Nora. It was great seeing you both.
The Barnard Network transcends generations and geography, and while our community has always been strong, this year tested all of us in ways that inspired heartening connections and a bold new level of resilience and innovation. When the decision was made to go virtual for the fall semester, Barnard launched the Alumni Circles program to connect students with the Alumni Network and each other. Through more than 100 circles based on region, industry, affinity, and identity, alumni and students have transcended physical distance to share the Barnard spirit. The class of 2024 began their first year with remote instruction and gatherings taking the place of in-person opportunities to make friends. Barnard's alumni network of class agent fundraising volunteers went above and beyond by calling and emailing every member of the incoming class to make sure they felt welcomed to the community, even virtually. Through Beyond Barnard, more than 900 alumni with established careers have participated in the Barnard Connect program so far, serving as virtual mentors to students and fellow alumni. Through programming that bridged gaps between students, alumni, and the college, the Barnard community reimagined what it means to feel connected in a virtual world, creating a sense of comfort and care at a time when we all need it most.
Hello, everybody. My name is Cheryl Milstein. I'm a proud Barnard alumna, a proud Barnard parent, and I'm proud to chair the Barnard Board of Trustees. This is my 16th gala, and every year I'm blown away by the generosity I see at this event in all of its forms. I would first like to take a moment to recognize the chairs of tonight's evening, Nina Rennert Davidson and Caroline Bliss Spencer, who have done an amazing job maintaining the spirit and energy that normally fills the room when we're all together. I would also like to take a moment to thank each and every one of you, all the members of this wonderful community. Please give yourselves a well-deserved pat on the back. Every year offers a new chance to ensure that we uphold Barnard's mission to provide unparalleled opportunities to our students and to empower them with the strength and determination to meet every challenge they encounter in their lives. This past year has been unique, to put it lightly, but it's been filled with heartening reminders of the immeasurable value of a Barnard education. At a time where our attention is pulled in so many different directions, sustaining the student experience has never been more important. This institution empowers bold, incredible young women to think critically, to make their voices heard, to enact change. And when it comes to a young woman with limitless potential, access to a Barnard education should not be limited to those who have the financial means to pay out of pocket. You've heard me say this before, that Barnard was founded on an idea, not an endowment. But this sentiment has become even more meaningful 130 plus years after the college's first students opened their books. The college's mission and ability to provide life-changing education to all deserving women depends upon your support. So tonight, I ask that you join me in helping Barnard build upon this promise. Help students continue to thrive through uncertainty. Help us seize the opportunity and continue to rise to the challenges and opportunities of our time with the care, resilience, and innovative vision that are hallmarks of the Barnard experience. Help us build upon the momentum of this year of progress. Financial means should not be a deterrent for any young woman, and we have the power to make the difference, to have an impact on not just our students, on not just our college, but on our collective future. A gift to Barnard now is a gift to all.
I actually didn't hear about Barnard until my senior year fall semester, which is probably late in the game. From the liberal arts to a women's college to the city of New York, I had never thought about all those things together. It seemed like a utopia, and so I decided to apply, and here I am.
I remember I was on a trip with my choir. We were performing downtown at the Chicago Theater, and my friend had also applied, my best friend had also applied, and she texted me saying, "You have to check your email right now, open your phone." And we'd just gotten off stage, and I opened up my email and saw the congratulations and just started crying. I was so happy.
I didn't know about Barnard, but one day my guidance counselor informed me of this opportunity called Barnard Bound. I filled out the application, got in, and I spent a weekend here and completely fell in love. One day, my guidance counselor called me into her office and she said that someone wanted to speak with me. And then a voice on the other side said, "How would you feel if I told you that you had been admitted?" After that moment, everything just kind of stopped, and I felt that was probably one of the best moments of my life.
When I first applied to Barnard, I actually got waitlisted, but obviously being what I believe to be a Barnard woman, I was not content to just let that lie, and I came to campus with a clipboard with my transcript and my extracurricular activities and my SAT scores, and I stopped random faculty, students, staff on campus and asked them to sign a petition to admit me. And once I got 100 signatures, I walked over to the admissions office and I said, "I'd like to add this to my application." I got a phone call from someone from the admissions office, and they were offering me a spot here. I pretty much immediately started crying, and they replied and said, "Well, this is good news, you don't need to cry." And I said, "I know, I'm just so happy."
One of the reasons I applied was because I wanted to become the Barnard woman.
We're bold, we are brilliant, and I think beyond anything, we're people that like to build things and actually do things beyond just talking about them.
When I think of a Barnard woman, I think of a leader and someone who is passionate.
If I had to describe Barnard in one word, it would be life-changing.
Barnard has prepared me for the future by inspiring me to be more outspoken with what I think and what I believe in.
Between my freshman and sophomore years at Barnard, my family's situation changed really dramatically. If it hadn't been for the extremely generous package that I received in my later years, I definitely would not have been able to come back and have the incredible experience that I did.
Financial aid was huge to me. I mean, it's like the reason I'm able to go here.
Financial aid played a big role in my decision making.
Had it not been for the generous scholarship that I received, I wouldn't be at Barnard and I wouldn't be here today.
Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you, Barnard. Thank you.
Thank you, Barnard.
Thank you again for your already generous support. We've now reached the part of the evening where in normal times I would stare you down, pressure you, and ask you all to raise your hands in support of the live auction. Given the circumstances and with no live auction this unprecedented year, we ask that you please consider giving what you normally would during the live auction directly to our students. You can do this by visiting barnard.edu/gala to make your donation or increase your support. Thank you and have a wonderful night.
This has been an amazing evening, and we're so grateful for your continued support. Thank you for joining us to recognize the work of our dynamic, incredible, resilient community. Because of you, we're able to ensure all students can access the robust, transformational experience that makes a Barnard education so unique. So cheers to you.
We look forward to the day when we can celebrate with one another beyond the screen. But in the meantime, tonight's program closes with an opportunity to socialize inside a few virtual breakout rooms. I will now turn it over to the Gala team to explain the different room options. Cheers, everyone.
Thank you for attending our virtual annual gala. The formal program has concluded, but our evening together is not over yet. We invite you to join one of our live moderated discussion groups, where you will have a chance to mingle with other gala guests and hear from senior administrators and faculty of the college. You will need to leave this webinar and join one of the separate Zoom meetings. We will have 5 rooms in total. Please refer to the chat or your confirmation email for the new link to join. The topics are athletics, beyond Barnard, future of women in computer science, health and well-being, financial, physical, and mental, sustainability, and the arts. If you have any issues, please let us know in the chat or email gala@barnard.edu.